For our next member spotlight interview, we're going to be speaking with one of the hardest working and one of our most dedicated volunteers, Chair of the Hospitality Committee, Nancy Miller. Thanks so much for making time for us today, Nancy.
Hi, Drew. Happy to be here.
Good. So I know you're busy, so why don't we dive into a few questions? Ready?
Sure.
Okay. First and foremost, tell us about your day job.
All right. I am the Assistant Vice President of Facilities in the Chicago office of a financial firm with other team members out of our New York office. So our small team of 6 manages offices in 8 locations with plans to open some additional satellite offices in 2021, believe it or not.
Wow.
So with almost 600 employees, we're kept pretty busy.
I would say so. And it sounds like you're growing as well.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I'm sure. Is there anything about your role that is you feel particularly unique or challenging?
I think what I love is that combination of handling day-to-day issues that arise and, putting out some fires, along with tackling some of the major projects such as build-outs and renovations. We're currently taking advantage of the smaller number of people in our office right now to tackle a few of those renovation projects. So even in this downtime, there is no downtime for facility managers. We've been kept pretty busy.
Indeed. Well, and I interviewed Linda Murdix yesterday, and she said no 2 days were the same for a facility manager, and I'm sure you probably agree with that too.
That is exactly what makes the role kind of unique and challenging.
Indeed. So let me ask, speaking of IFMA, who introduced you to IFMA or what brought you to IFMA?
Oh my goodness, I have to put my thinking cap on for that one. I was initially years ago a member of an office manager organization, almost 20 years ago now, and I believe it was at one of their events that IFMA had a little table with information, and it looked like something I should check out. So I did at that time, and the rest is history.
So how long have you been a member?
I joined back in 2009, and then I did obtain my FMP that same year. So again, I really early on felt like I saw the benefits of the IFMA organization.
Indeed. If memory serves, I think I joined in 2009 as well. So I think we were kind of getting in at the same time.
There were a few of us. I think Linda was close ahead of us. And there's I hate to call us old timers, but it's getting to be that way.
Experienced maybe is a better word.
Oh, there we go. I like that.
Do you happen to remember your first meeting?
I'm not sure if it was my first meetings, but one of my early meetings, I recall going to one of their programs, and I really didn't know anyone there. I mean, I was the Lone Ranger in my company for facilities at the time, so, I really didn't know anyone else, yet so many people came up to me to introduce themselves, made me feel right at home. I think I met Jerry DeCola and Gretchen McGinn, and then I think it was at that meeting that Kevin Corrigan actually persuaded me to join a committee. So I guess they were desperate enough, but it made a big impression on me to have so many people be so welcoming.
Sure, and you're still working hard for the chapter 11 years later.
I know. Isn't that funny?
It is. Do you have a favorite kind of Chicago chapter event?
I really do think the educational programs are that great source of useful information for facility managers. So attending those programs is great on that side of it. But I really also enjoy the networking events. I think that I've met so many associate members at these events who've become trusted vendors throughout the years, yourself included, Drew. So I really value that the chapter offers the opportunity for that networking to go ahead and put facility manager, professional members with the associate members to make those connections.
Indeed. Well, speaking as an associate member and a trusted vendor, we certainly appreciate it. Already mentioned, you're the chair for the Chicago chapter's most important committee, the Hospitality Committee.
But of course.
What do you enjoy most about volunteering?
Well, that's no surprise for people that know me that is my role there. But that, ironically, that is the committee that I first joined way back when Kevin Corrigan got me involved, and I have never stepped away from that committee, moving up to the chair and holding that role for quite a while now. I think, it's nice being involved in planning activities that are going to bring our members together. I think the IFMA board is one of the best groups of volunteers to work with. It is a time commitment, as you know, but it's also a lot of fun.
Yeah, so. I happen to agree. So during the pandemic, have you taken on any new hobbies or projects at home?
I have to say I've done a lot more baking and cooking during the pandemic. My waistline is showing it, but I really did also enjoy a lot of time outside in the yard. We spent a lot of time getting our yard cleaned up and fixed up in the summer months. That was a good way to still see some friends in a safe and distance environment. So I think, gardening became a bigger hobby this year, as well as the food and beverage entertaining part.
That's important too. Has there been a book or a movie or a TV show that's been your surprise hit of 2020?
This falls under TV, but I have to admit, I binge watched all the episodes, all the seasons of, let's see if I can say this delicately, Schitt's Creek, and loved every minute of it.
Yes, very well enunciated, yes.
Hysterical TV show.
I'm in the same boat. My wife had gone through and watched all of them once, convinced me to do it, and I think I'm a couple seasons in. You're right, it is very good, so I would certainly agree with that.
It was just fun, easy entertainment for this year.
Absolutely. Well, looking forward, for either specifically your role or the industry as a whole, what are you looking forward to most in 2021?
Honestly, I think I'm looking forward to just everyone being able to come back into the office. My office, you can see I'm here. It's pretty messy right now, but we are currently open on a voluntary basis. But I'd really like to get to the point where we have everybody who is coming back in and coming in safely. That's something that I think would be a nice thing to happen in 2021, and I do believe it will. And I also can't wait for an in-person meeting with IFMA members. I know we've been doing a great job with the virtual sessions. We just had a really good World Workplace event last week, but there's nothing like getting to be in person with everyone. So those are the things I'm looking forward to this year.
Agreed, and hopefully if things continue to go well with the vaccine rollout and in that regard, that'll be sooner rather than later. And I know, again, speaking for myself and a lot of the members, we're certainly looking forward to that as well.
Absolutely.
Good deal. Well, thank you, Nancy. I think this has been very informational. It's been great to get to know a little bit more about you. And thanks again for making time for the Member Spotlight.
I think this was a great idea. Totally enjoyed it and hope to see more to come.
Great. Thanks again, Nancy.